Today we're going to be talking about the biggest movie mistakes you never noticed. First up, in the movie Zootopia, there's one obvious mistake that most people have never noticed. In this scene where Judy is on the phone with her parents, you can clearly see that the time says 8:40 p.m. But then just a couple of seconds later, when she puts her phone down, you can see it says 9:44 p.m. How does that even happen? Next, in the movie Inside Out, there's one mistake I'm shocked made the final cut. In this scene where Riley is running through her living room, you can see a white cable running along the floor. But just moments later, when we see the cable again, all of a sudden it's black. For something like that to happen, the editing team would have to reanimate the cable to be a different color, but why would they do that? Next up is Big Hero 6, and the mistake in this one is very similar to the last one. In this scene where Hero meets Professor Callahan, you can see his shirt is blue, but when he reaches out, it turns red, and then it turns back to blue again. I honestly have no words for that one. Next up, the mistake in Iron Man 2 is absolutely hilarious. In this scene where Black Widow is fighting Happy and takes him down, if you pay close attention to her face, apparently she becomes a completely different person. Listen, I get actors have stunt doubles, but you have to be able to hide it better than that. Next, the mistake in James Bond Quantum of Solace might actually be funnier than the one in Iron Man 2. In this scene where James Bond is sitting on his motorcycle, there's an extra in the background that's sweeping the floor, but I'm not sure what he's sweeping since the broom is like 2 feet off of the ground. To the actor's credit, apparently he was told by the directors to not really sweep the ground so that dust wouldn't go all over the set. But my question is, why have him do it at all if it's just gonna end up looking ridiculous? Anyways, the next mistake in the movie Gladiator is so in your face, I'm honestly surprised it made its way into the movie. In this scene where a chariot gets knocked over, if you look really closely, you can see an air tank, which I'm 100% sure wasn't around back in the Roman times. Next, the mistake in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory might be the funniest one yet. Pay close attention to this little blonde girl at the bottom right. The Candyman accidentally hits this little girl right in the face when he lifts the counter. Honestly, the fact that he doesn't notice and just keeps singing makes it even funnier. The next mistake is an American Sniper, and it really shows why most of us could never be actors. In this scene, they substituted the baby for a literal doll, and if you look closely, you can see Bradley Cooper moving the doll's hand with his thumb to make it appear more real. But this scene just ends up looking ridiculous. You really have to give actors props for staying in character during scenes like this. Next, the mistake in Hercules will be sure to leave you scratching your head asking, huh? In this scene, Hercules and Hades are in the underworld where they are able to see all of these souls, and Hercules spots Meg. Hercules is then able to reach the water and try to grab Meg while he's on his knees. But just a couple of moments later, when it zooms out, you can see that he's actually on the edge of a cliff. And when he jumps off, you see how high he actually was. So how was he able to reach Meg while on his knees if he was actually that far away from the water? The last mistake we're going to talk about today is in The Matrix, and it has to be the most obvious one as it feels like they did it on purpose. In this scene where Neo reaches out to open a door, if you look into the reflection of the door handle, you can actually see a camera. It seems like they tried to make it look like the camera wasn't there by making it wear the same suit and tie that Morpheus was wearing. Maybe they thought the camera would just kind of blend into Morpheus and you wouldn't be able to tell it was there, but it clearly didn't work. Alright guys, that's going to be the end of this video of the biggest movie mistakes you never noticed. If you want to learn about more weird, random, interesting things you wouldn't see or learn anywhere else, then be sure to subscribe. Thank you again for watching. See ya.